So say for example, if you present the sum to the child 31 minus 18, okay, and this is the tens house and this is the ones house. So first we will ask the child to make the number 31. Okay, so for 31 the child will take like this: 1 tens, 2 tens and 3 tens. And how many ones? 1 ones. Okay, so this is the number 31. Now we are asking the child to minus 18. Okay, so here we can show the child, see, from 1 you cannot minus 8 because it's a bigger number. So what you need to do is you need to take the help of the tens. You need to borrow from the tens house. So how are we going to do it? We are going to take 1 tens and we are going to keep it here and shift it in the ones house. So it becomes this. Okay, now we are going to ask the child, now minus 8. Okay, you have to take 8 from the ones house. Okay, you have to minus 8 from the ones house, or maybe here at this stage only you can show the child, see, now here 2 tens are remaining. Okay, here 2 tens are remaining, and now the ones house has become bigger, the number has become 11. Okay, so here let the child see it. The child will be able to do it, see it, understand it, because we are simplifying the topic in a concrete manner. Okay, and here then we say we'll ask the child to minus 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so now how many remaining in one's house? It is number 3. So you can write, just a second. Okay, here the number is 3. Okay, and then here we are going to ask the child, now minus 2 minus 1. Okay, so here we are going to remove it, and here the answer is, how many remaining? How many tens remaining? It's 1. So here the child will, you can write 1. Okay, so this is how you are going to make the child understand the borrowing concept through concrete example. Because what happens is, we as parents directly present the worksheet to the child, it becomes totally abstract. The child will not get the concept. Okay, so if you present this way, if you're going to explain this way to the child will start understanding. You will have to give enough practice to the child in this format. Okay, only then the child will start understanding. Once you have given enough practice, once the child is able to do this concrete way, very confidently, very fluently, then is the time you start giving the sums to the child. And then that when the child will be able to, when you are giving a sum to the child will be able to relate to this concrete example. Okay, this is how it is done. But otherwise what happens is, we are just minusing this, and then we are putting this 11. Here the child is not understanding, then why did we do 11? So what usually most of the children will do is, they will do 8 minus 1 and they will write it here 7. So we need to make them understand that this is the one's house and this is the tens house, and now this is the smaller. And always make sure that you are teaching the rule that you have to minus or subtract the below number from the top number. What usually parents do is, they make them understand, they teach them the rule that you have to subtract the bigger number from the they have to subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. So that rule makes them more confused. So what we are going to teach them is, when the sum is presented, you have to always deduct the the below number from the top number. And if the top number is smaller than the below number, then you need to borrow. So let the child decide here, let the child take the decision here. Okay, if the top number is smaller than the below number, then we need to borrow. You can also prepare a rule chart and keep it in front of the child, so that the child can see it and solve it. Okay.